Hi guys, hoppsdota here. Today I'll be doing a video on hero tier list as requested by one of my subscribers in my comments. Before I start, I would like to make a disclaimer. Do not feel bad or rage at me if your favorite champion is placed on a low tier by me. This tier list is purely based on my experience. Of course, I have not tried all the heroes in this list yet. So I'm judging based on my experience fighting against these heroes. Of course, my main heroes are Melia, Sasha, and kind of playing Miru nowadays. So I can give a more in-depth explanation on why they belong to that particular tier.
Put your faith in the light.
Okay, first of all, we have the new champion Neva, the Ice Queen. Good damage, but she lacks mobility, but her passive kind of compensates that. So I'm putting her in the A tier. Okay, next we have Ballista. Kind of a weird hero in my opinion. Really lacks that chasing power. She's only good if you're able to fight in place, which kind of doesn't happen much unless if it's the last circle. And her E spell, I'm not really sure what's the use of her second wire, which teleports you back to the original location. If you're chasing someone, you never want to teleport back. If you're running away, you never want to teleport back as well. So kind of needs a rework. C tier for Ballista. Next up, my man Chao, super tanky. Works like Punch if you play Dota. Has a stun. And generally good toolkit. Super tanky. Chasing power is there. Kind of lacks damage. So I guess he's a pretty good hero in my opinion. A tier for Chao. Now for my new girl Miru, her toolkit's kind of good. She has a slow, she has a diving stun, as well as a shield for your teammate. In squads, she is pretty good. You can fly around everywhere, try to survive. In solos, might be harder to play her because you cannot shield your teammates. You can only shield yourself. So your only way to get out is using W. So if you use W offensively, there's no way you can get out unless by using utility. So kind of paper as well, depending on how you build her. The recommended build is for her is defense, but I play her on CDR so that she has some damage and she can rotate her spells quickly. Overall, pretty good. I'll put her on A tier. Next we have Elma. Experience a lot of Elma on my opponent's team. Generally, I think she does a lot of damage, very fast attack speed, as well as some form of lifesteal. Definitely has a lot of potential in squads. By standing behind and shooting down your targets. In solos might be a little bit harder to place. Overall, pretty good, high damage, a little bit paper, and kind of hard to run away if you're in trouble. So A tier as well for Elma. Next we have my OG girl, Sasha. So Sasha has a very good toolkit, a single target stun, as well as a very high DPS. However, she is super paper. W puts her at a lot of risk. So you are generally in a lot of risk if you W in. Usually, depending on how you build her, you can die to one ult by any hero, and really feels bad. Very good in squads as well as playable in solos. So if you like a range hero that is high damage and super paper, this is your go-to hero. Sasha is the way to go. So I'll put Sasha at S tier, near the gods but not the gods yet. Next we have the ninja Kaiba. Kaiba has an interesting toolkit, very hard hero to use. His Q is melee range, does a lot of damage. However, the damage comes in 2 ticks, so sometimes your opponent may only be hit by 1 tick. W is kind of weird. Slow is in melee range, so you have to really close up to your opponent a lot. His E is a stun, but you need to have a wall set up. So it really depends on where you are while you're playing Kaiba. Playable in solos, but I'm not sure about him in squads. Also, I've thought about using E with the Bulwark combo, but it doesn't seem to work because Bulwark takes time to spawn. So most of the time I'm griefing my own team, or I'm missing the combo. So Kaiba kind of belongs in the B tier. Next we have Eden. Not very experienced with this hero. I don't see him a lot, maybe because he is bad. Not really sure. Definitely not playable in solos, but I can see his potential in squads. Being able to buff your team's attack speed as well as healing them. So not very sure about this. Gonna put him in the B tier. Next we have Rukh. Very good hero. Has a lot of damage, but I think he's very difficult to use because you have to mix up your combo a little bit with your E. Of course, you have a very high chasing potential with the double rush combo with your E, as well as survivability, being able to get away using the same combo. So pretty good in my opinion. High damage, super crazy ulti. I've died to many Rukhs in my games, both in solos as well as squads. So putting him in the A tier. Next we have my girl Melia. She actually has damage potential a little bit, as well as supporting capability. She's the best of both worlds, both in damage and supporting. Her chasing power is super weak. Her W is very hard to land unless set up by your teammates. Playable in solo, but preferably on squads. Kind of difficult to use for beginners because of how her skill works. Put her in A tier as well. Ho, now it's time for the god, Morgan. Are you looking for the all-in-one package? Are you looking for tankiness? Are you looking for a hero for beginners? Are you looking for damage? Are you looking for chasing potential? Are you looking for stuns? Then Morgan is all you need. Morgan is the god. She really needs rebalancing. God of the game, super easy to use, very hard to kill. The most annoying hero ever. I hate Morgan. End of story. Bye bye. Next we have Bella. I played Bella before the grand launch. Pretty good hero. Can dish out a lot of damage, but definitely requires some kind of skill to play her. She gets attack power with her leap, but at the same time you have to use your leap to get away from danger. You have to use your spell properly. Her Q is kind of fixed at a certain direction, so you may not land all your 3 arrows at once. Definitely good. Gonna place her at A tier as well. Now it's time for Leo. Are you looking for the most balanced character? Then Leo is your go-to hero. He's the main character of this game. And if Thanos were to play Royal Crown, he will use Leo because he's the balance in all things. Alright, so nothing much to say about Leo. Balance in the middle of the pack. A tier. Next we have Bastine, the most annoying hero to play against ever. Super tanky, but kind of lacks a little bit of damage. So if you're playing squads, the best frontliner is Bastine. He can get away from danger super easily with the jump as well as the speed increase. Kind of the all-in-one package, but lacking damage. So recommended to play in squads. Kind of works in solo as well. You can try him out. S tier for Bastine. Super tanky. Love him. Next we have Coric, aka the one-way ticket. Can dish out a lot of damage with your W and Q, but if you were to go in and you were to miss your Q, you are 1 foot inside your coffin. Of course you have E to provide you a little bit of survivability as well as tankiness. Overall not bad, good damage. The Q does crit, so you can build him with crit damage. Put him in probably A. Okay, next we have Nina, a very interesting passive giving you damage the more you hit your target. However, being a melee hero, I don't think you are able to hit your target much. Also, your kit doesn't come with a stun. You only have a slow, which is quite weak in my opinion. W is kind of useless, so maybe playable in solos, not very sure. I don't see her a lot in squads, so B tier for Nina. Next, the god of all supports, Odri, able to give you speed, able to survive, able to dish out some kind of damage. Heal is just insane, her ulti is insane, and she comes with a double stun. Wow, so good, super good in squads, playable in solo as well. Next we have Alicia. I feel that she has a lot of damage, but at the same time she's pretty difficult to use. Not a lot of chasing potential considering that you do not have a stun. Of course, very difficult to use for beginners because you have to combo your dash with your other spells to remove to reduce the cooldown of your dash. Definitely a very high ceiling cap. It's either you are very good at this champion or you are very bad at this champion. There's no in between. So overall, I think I'll put her in B. Next we have the cutie Selkie. I really like her E, which is the stun, as well as her Q, which slows. So she's like the all-in-one package, only kind of lacking in the escape department. Her W pushes her back just a little bit, so if you were to be dived by any DPS heroes, chances are if you do not have utility you just die. Of course, super squishy, but her ulti does a lot of damage. Also very high damage potential for her depending on how you build her. Maybe I'll put her in A. Play very good in squads just by standing behind and throwing all your spells, but in solos might be harder to play because you have to survive on your own without anyone tanking for you. Okay, next we have Cheff. I have no idea what this champion is doing in this game. His toolkit is bad. His E is kind of useless. Usually when I get blind I just walk out of it and I'm fine. Doesn't really affect my gameplay at all. Kind of has some damage, playable in squads if you really want to try him. Every Cheff I see is a dead Cheff. Nothing much to say about him. C tier for Cheff. Kind of needs a rework in my opinion. Okay, now we have Stepan. In my opinion, super hard to use. You have to transition between melee as well as range depending on the situation you are in. Overall, good damage, but very high skill cap. Not recommended for beginners. So probably in the B tier. Next we have Spark, the OG mage. Very good damage, easy to use, and easy to get away from sticky situations considering that his teleport has a very fast cooldown. Super sick ultimate. Stun comes with his passive. Overall, very good. Good damage. Very annoying. My most hated hero of all time. I'm gonna put him in the S tier. And lastly, we have Violet, super high DPS and as well as chasing potential. Her W is just super OP. You can use it twice if you use it on a wall and it brings you forward. Very hard to catch as well, combining W with your E. Generally a very good hero, just that she's too paper. Sometimes if you W in and if you can't get out, so you usually die to a few spells as well as ultis. So probably put her at S if you are looking to play solos or just duos. Maybe Violet is probably the go-to hero. Easy to use and fairly simple. The one hit KO combo, very easy to pull off. WQ, end of story. So that's it for this video. I'm sorry once again if I place your favorite hero or champion at a low tier. This is based on my opinion. Of course, everyone has their own opinion. Hope you enjoyed this video. In the next video, I kind of have an idea whereby I go through every single hero. I give them an overall rating. I give them stars based on some of their attributes without considering attribute cards as well as equipments. So I judge them based on damage potential, chasing power, survivability based on only their toolkit, difficulty to use for beginners, how good is the champion in solos, how good are they in squads, and I'll give them an overall rating. So this is just an example. I have not finished every champion yet. Let me know in the comments if you want to see something like this. If not, I might just skip it. So that's all for this video. Please follow me on Twitch if you like my content, as well as subscribe to my YouTube. My Twitch is twitch.tv/hoppsdota. Once again, thank you very much. Sorry if I offended you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.